Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Betting the Booth podcast. Just getting everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's day's going well, week's going well, weekend going well. Wow. Last week I wasn't able to do an episode. Was back home, just had some stuff last week, but nothing bad. I am back from the Europe trip. Not completely back because I'm actually going to Minnesota this weekend for SummerSlam. I'm also going to be at Brooklyn Cyclones game tomorrow night. As they're having a interesting promotion I've never seen a team do before of people named Ben versus people named Chris, where I got a message on LinkedIn about it like late June, early July, and I'm just like, you know what? Why not? So I have that tomorrow night, but I'm going to be at night 2 of SummerSlam in Minnesota, so I'm going there this weekend. Crazy thing I had with the Europe trip. So a whole lot of this trip was the whole trip itself was mind blowing, and nothing was anything like I would have expected in a good way. And so we started in Switzerland, in Zurich. Oh, I guess Switzerland, not primarily Zurich. We did Switzerland, Poland, Czechia, that part of Czechoslovakia specifically, Austria, Slovakia, and a separate area, and Hungary. So 6 countries in the span of from July 1st to the 14th. And the crazy thing was our first flight. So we were originally supposed to fly Delta from New York to JFK to Zurich. However, so at first we had like small delays, like, okay, like, so be it. And then because of those delays, for some reason, that led to the plane having to do maintenance for some reason, which is like, oh, great. And then because the maintenance was going to be a long period of time, even though they kept on delaying and everyone was just like, come on, let's take off, they ended up taking us off the plane and canceling the flight. And so we had to fly the next day and landed on Friday morning at 6 in the morning. That was a chaotic experience. Ended up flying Swiss Air. I will tell you, Swiss Air is the not so fun part about it is those seats do not have a lot of cushion, have a lot of space between their seats per se in the non-first class seats. It was crazy the difference. But overall, the whole trip was phenomenal and just mind blowing, and nothing I could have imagined. But yeah. So that was those 2 weeks, and then last week, whole bunch of things, but nothing bad. And now we're back for the first time in a whole bunch of weeks. Been a while. All-Star game happened while I was gone. I didn't watch it live just because I didn't watch it really this year because I was just like, honestly, the All-Star game's not as fun these days for baseball. Home Run Derby I didn't watch live, but I watched the full highlights and then eventually watched the whole thing later on Netflix. Great Home Run Derby, honestly, and congrats Jordan Walker. I actually predicted Schwarber to win. I didn't say on the podcast, but I predicted Schwarber, and he got to the finals. And I'm just like, really? Like, really? It's 2018 all over again? I was like, golly. But I mean, it was a great home run derby. Obviously, the spoiler they apparently gave. I didn't watch it live again, so I didn't see it. And I learned afterwards that apparently, I think it was after he got one in the semifinals, they had already set at the bottom for Jordan Walker, winner of the home run derby. I'm just like, that is a funny botch. So, anything else? Oh yeah, All-Star game next year is confirmed to be in Wrigley for baseball. If assuming the season's not canceled by strike, which it probably won't, but I'm not assuming anything until we get through the off season. I'm definitely gonna be making my way for the home run derby there. in Chicago. All-Star game, I don't know if I'd watch it, if I'd go Wrigley to watch, but I'd for sure go to Wrigley for the home run derby. 100,000%. Not even down that much. All right, let's get right into it. So, today's Immaculate grid: Guardians 100 plus RBI season, 300 batting average, Dodgers, Pirates, and White Sox. Guardians / Indians and Dodgers. Kenny Lofton fits here. Jim Thome would fit here. Casey Blake would fit here. Oral Hershiser would fit here. Um, hmm. Well, Bauer would fit, but I'm not doing Bauer. No. I don't think Cody Allen ever played for the Dodgers. Uh, hmm. Mm, Cleveland and the Dodgers. Oh, Eddie Murray would fit. You know, I'm actually curious. Would Eddie Murray fit either of these categories for Dodgers? Not for RBI. He does for batting average 0.4%. I will very much take that. Just name that came in my mind that like I don't think a lot of people know he played for the Dodgers. Great answer, so I will take it. Guardians Dodgers. Um no, he never played for Dodgers. Um Brady never played for the Dodgers. Hafner never played for the Dodgers. Um oh, that's a lot higher than I would have expected, but I will definitely take 4%. 100 plus RBIC. You know what? I'm going to come back to the stats and do the team connections first. Guardians and Pirates. I'm pretty sure Lonnie Chisenhall played for Pittsburgh for a bit, or I thought he did. He at least signed with Pittsburgh at one point. Okay, so scratch that. Oh, Josh Bell. That is also higher than I would have expected. 6%. Guardians, White Sox. Thome would fit here. Lofton would fit here. Bartolo Colon would fit here. Oh, Omar Vizquel? 2%. I will take that. 300 average Pirates. Josh Harrison, any chance? Yes, 0.6%. I will take that. White Sox. Alexei? Any chance he would have? No. I know Anderson won a batting title. And he is correct. 11%. Might even be top answer. I'm going to keep guessing, though. Dodgers 100 plus RBI season. Sean Green, I imagine, probably. 4%. Pirates 100 plus RBI season. Marte? No. Maz? No. Kendall? No. Nah, it's fetching for answers. Batista, no chance. It's trash in his Pirates days. Uh, mm, I doubt this, but fudge it. Throw it in. No. No. Reynolds? No. Alvarez? Yes, 3%. I will take that. White Sox, 100 plus RBI season. No, that might be top or higher answer. Leon Ray Durham? No. Ventura? Yes, 4%. I'll take that. Total rating score 325. And oddly enough, I did not guess any of the top answers. Interesting. Top answers for each category: Dodgers, Guardians, 19%. Manny Ramirez. I didn't even think about that. Guardians, Pirates, 23%. Carlos Santana makes sense. White Sox, Guardians, 32%. Jim Thome. Dodgers, 100 plus RBI season batting at 16%. Shohei Ohtani. Pirates, 100 plus RBI season batting at 23% is Willie Stargell. White Sox 100 plus RBI season batting at 32% is Frank Thomas. 300 plus our average season batting with the Dodgers at 13% is Freddie Freeman. And Pirates 300 plus average season, 22% is Roberto Clemente. And White Sox 300 plus batting average season at 18% is Frank Thomas. So let's switch to daily walk-off. We're doing the Orioles and the Tigers categories, 1980s top 5 and doubles. Starter for the reliever for the Orioles, starter for the Orioles, and only played for the Orioles. So 80s, Ripken, Dempsey, Peronto, Gonzalez. Well, Brox could be a reliever for sure. Rhodes is reliever. Honestly, let's submit this and see where this gets me. Okay, a lot correct. Murray, Peronto. I'll actually swap these three all around. Murray for doubles, Peronto for a reliever, and Eddie Rogers for only Orioles. And I'm fully correct, so walk-off triple. So full correct answers for the Orioles. 1980s top 5 in doubles, Cal Ripken Jr., Rick Dempsey, Eddie Murray. A reliever primarily for the Orioles, Brad Brock, Arthur Rhodes, Chad Peronto. It's mainly a starter for the Orioles, Miguel Gonzalez, Alex Cobb, Garrett Olson, and only played for the Orioles, Tim Raines, Richie Martin, Eddie Rogers. And then for the Tigers, same categories, different players. Francisco Liriano, Chet Lemon, Eric Stoller, Andy Dirks, Alan Trammell, Will Ledesma, Victor Reyes, Jordan Zimmerman, Jason Johnson, Brian Garcia, Lance Parrish, Drew Smiley. Trammell, Parrish. Honestly, I'll save those three. Liriano, I think, was a reliever for them. Zimmerman was definitely a starter. Smiley, I think, was a starter. Honestly, let's submit this and see where this gets me. Okay, so definitely got a lot in place. Smiley and Liriano flip. Dirks and Lemon flip. Lemon and Stoller flip. And fully correct. So walk-off homer, but they'd have to get out. So full correct answers for the Tigers. 1980s top 5 and doubles. Alan Trammell, Lance Parrish, Chet Lemon. Mainly a reliever for the Tigers. Drew Smiley, Will Ledesma, Eric Eckenstaller. Mainly a starter for the Tigers. Jordan Zimmerman, Francisco Liriano, Jason Johnson. And only played for the Tigers. Brian Garcia, Andy Dirks, and Victor Reyes. So, and then Statpad for today. Category is games 2025 Cardinals catcher in the AL East. 2025 Twins, 2010 to 2026 AL Central center fielder, and then 2025 Rangers. Okay, or catchers in the AL East in the 2010s. Russell Martin, Alejandro Kirk, Rays, Nino. Red Sox had multitudes of catchers. Rutschman, Wheat. Ooh. I'm tempted to say Wieters. Because when he was catcher, he was primary for most of those years. I'm going Wieters. 99% Adley Rutschman top. Oddly enough, another Oriole. But you know what? I'm fine with that. 148. I am fine with that. Okay. AL Central center fielders could also be secondary. It doesn't have to be primary. Austin Jackson, Tigers, Victor Reyes. Not sure if Riley Green will qualify or not. Johnny, well, no, that's past Johnny Damon. Lorenzo Cain. That would be past Great Sizemore's prime, so probably not him. Not sure if anyone really fall under. Oh, Louis Bob. Buxton, I feel like he's gonna have too much health issues. I'm gonna go. I have a sneaky feeling Lorenzo Cain's out there, and if I'm wrong, I will be wrong. 97 percentile, I will take that. Whit Merrifield, once again, includes non-primaries, and Willie Castro. So, not the top answer, but you know what? I am not mad with that guess at all. I will very much take that. Okay, 2025 Cardinals. I mean, I gotta think people here. Wells Contreras is still there. Jordan Walker didn't really hit it off yet. New Bar already passed. Who was even their All-Star last year? Hey Siri, who is the 2025 All-Star for the St. Louis Cardinals?
Do you want me to use chat?
I don't usually do this, but I'm like tempted to say.
Brendan Donovan was the St.
Brendan Donovan
in the 2020.
You know what? Fudge it. I'm not sure if there's really gonna be anyone else. If I'm wrong, so be it. And that's an awful guess. Alec Burleson. Okay. Games are just like a hard category to really think about. Twins. Buxton. I don't know if he really played them much last year. But I also don't know who else. Ryan Sheffers, maybe? Throwing a random guess. Awful. Buxton, oddly enough, is top 3. Texas Rangers. Wyatt Langford. You know, I'm fine with that. 674 is my total score. We did beat the target score. And you know what? I'm going to take that for the day. All right, let's get right into it. So, today's week, so this week's MLB Weekly Recap going back to July 22nd. Yeah. All right. So July 22nd, Royals beat the Giants 5-4. Salvador Perez's 2-run home run in the 7th is actually sorry, that was not supposed to be there. You know what? I'll keep it there. Is his 317th homer with the Royals, which tied for most in Kansas City Royals history. The next homer he had though is the main one of note. Dodgers beat the Phillies 9-5. Max Muncy's go-ahead 2-run homer in the 6th is his 229th homer with the Dodgers, which passes Ron Say for 5th most in Dodgers history, behind Duke Snider's 389, Gil Hodges 361, Eric Karros 270, and Roy Caminel's 242. Red Sox won game 1 of the doubleheader 6-3, but lost game 2, and the loss kind of has an important factor in the later end of the notes. This marked a 15-game win streak for the Red Sox, which is tied with 1946 for the longest in Red Sox history. Under Chad Chasey, the manager now, marks the 3rd longest win streak under a manager who did manage the team's opening game of the season behind 1889. I think I meant to say 1889, not 1809, or maybe 1899. Either way, Philadelphia Phillies Bob Allen and 1884 St. Louis Maroons Fred Dunlap 16, and ahead of 1932 Cubs Charlie Graham 14. Also marks tied for 5th longest single season win streak since 1961 behind 2017 Cleveland Guardians 22, 2002 A's 2021 Cardinals 17, and 1977 Royals 16, and tied with 2001 Mariners, 2000 Braves, and 1991 Twins. Red Sox lost game 2 of the doubleheader to end that win streak. The Yankees beat the Pirates. Pirates beat the Yankees 5-3 in 10 innings in game 1 of the doubleheader. I think the Pirates won game 2 also. Garrett Cole's 11 strikes out marks his 29th game with 10 plus strikeouts with the Yankees, which is most in Yankees history, ahead of Ron Guidry's 23, David Cohn's 21, and CC's 20. As well as 0 walks, marks 24 games with 10 plus strikeouts and 0 walks, which is 4th most games with 10 plus strikeouts with 0 walks in MLB history, behind Randy Johnson's 46, Max Scherzer's 31, and Kurt Schilling's 27. That's it for July 22nd. For July 23rd, the Diamondbacks beat the Cardinals 10-6. Corbin Carroll's leadoff triple in the 5th is his 55th in his career, which is ties Starling Marte and Mike Trout for most among active players. This was his 587th game Only other player to have 55 plus triples and 85 plus homers through 587 games is Lou Gehrig. That's it for July 23rd. For July 24th, Yankees beat the Phillies 1-0 on a Goldschmidt's leadoff homer in the fourth, which at 38 years and 317 days old makes him the oldest Yankees player to homer in a 1-0 win and second oldest MLB history since 2016 behind August 22nd, 2022, Albert Pujols, 42 years and 218 days old. Dodgers beat the Mets 4-2. Carson Bench, 2 outfield assists in the game, makes him the first Mets rookie to do so since June 8th, 2013, Wild Hours in a 20-inning game. And the last Mets rookie to do so in a 9-inning game was August 3rd, 2008, Nick Evans. Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 6-4. Kazuma Okamoto's 3-run homer in the 7th is his 23rd this season, passing 2018 Shohei Ohtani's 22 for the most by a Japanese-born rookie in MLB history. That's it for July 24th. For July 25th, Royals beat the Tigers 3-2. Salvador Perez's game-time solo homer in the 7th is 318, which is most homers in Kansas City Royals history, making him the 5th active player to lead a franchise in homers, joining Mike Trout for the Angels, John Carlos Stanton for the Marlins, Pete Alonso for the Mets, and Manny Machado with the Padres, which Machado and Trout are the only ones still on those teams. Diamondbacks beat the Nationals beat the Diamondbacks 5-3. C.J. Abrams solo home run in the 5th, behind being his 25th this season. James Wood having 28 to that point makes them the 4th pair of teammates 25 or younger to have 25 plus homers through 105 team games this season, joining 2018 Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, 2016 Colorado Rockies, Trevor Story, Nolan Arenado, and 1959 Washington Senators, now Minnesota Twins, Harmon Killebrew, and Bob Allison. Also with Abrams stolen base, marking 17 this season, and James Wood having 16 at that point. Also makes him the 2nd pair of teammates in MLB history with 25 plus homers and 50 plus stolen bases through 105 team games, joining 2018 Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor of Cleveland Guardians. And their 157 homers and 120 stolen bases leads MLB to that point. Last team to do so for a season was 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. And then the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 6-0. Dylan Cease's complete game one-hit shutout was the first one-hit complete game for the Blue Jays since August 16, 2010, Sean Markham, and first complete game shutout since August 8, 2010, Brandon Morrow. For July 26th, Pirates beat the Cubs 8-7 as Esmeralyn Valdez game-time solo run in the 2nd is his 14th this season through 37 games. MLB games, which is tied for 3rd most in the first 37 MLB games behind 2017 Rhys Hoskins 18 and 2018 19 Aristides Aquino and 1986 Wally Joyner's 15, and tied with this season Munetaka Murakami, 2001 Albert Pujols, and 93 Wally Berger. Brewers beat the Rockies 11-2. Jacob Mrazorowski's 11 strikeouts, 0 hits through 4 innings makes him the first pitcher since 1969 with 11 strikeouts and 0 hits through the first 4 innings of a game. That's it for July 26th. For July 27th, Marlins beat the Phillies 8-7. Griffin Conine walk-off RBI single in the 9th makes him the 5th son to hit a walk-off hit for the team who hit. His dad also had a walk-off hit, which his dad is Jeff Conine hit, which his first was 1994. Had a walk-off hit for joining 2010 Tony Gwynn Jr. for the Padres, 1982 Tony Gwynn Sr., 2006 Moises Alou of the San Francisco Giants, 1958 Felipe Alou, 2001 Ken Griffey Jr. of the Reds, 1976 was when Ken Griffey Sr. did for the Reds, and 2001 Todd Hundley for the Cubs, 1966 Randy Hundley for his first. And then Mets beat the Braves 14-3. Francisco Lindor's 2-homer, 1 triple game makes him the 5th Met to have that in a game in Mets history, joining August 17, 2006, Carlos Delgado, May 11, 1996, Rico Brogna, June 12, 1994, Kevin McReynolds, and July 20th, 1985, Darryl Strawberry. The multi-hit homer game is his 23rd in his career, which is 3rd most as a shortstop in MLB history behind. Alex Rodriguez, 33, and Mr. Crowder, Ernie Banks, 24, and ahead of Trevor Story and Corey Seager's 19. That is it for July 27th. For July 28th, Tigers beat the Orioles 14-0. Tigers scoring at least 1 run in each inning, making it 3rd time they've done so, joining August 2nd, 2014, Madden in 8 innings of a 9-inning game. And June 30th, 1912, for that in 6 innings of a game that was 6 innings a part of a doubleheader in a single game of a doubleheader, as well as not allowing the Orioles to score, all making them the second team to do so, joining the Pirates on September 6, 1935 against the Dodgers. Reds beat the Guardians 2-0 in Game 2 of a doubleheader. I think they also won Game 1. But Gavin Williams, this game, 12 strikeouts and 1 walk, marks more than 10 strikeouts and no more than 1 walk in 4 straight outings. That's the second longest such streak since 1900 behind 2018 Chris Sale's 5. And the Mariners beat the Dodgers 7-6. Shohei Ohtani's leadoff home run on the first is his 28th with the Dodgers, which is tied for second most in Dodgers history. Mookie Betts 32 and tied with Davey Lopes. Homers is 132nd with the Dodgers, which is fifth most in the first 3 homers, fifth most homers for 3 seasons with the team. In MLB history, behind Mark McGwire with the Cardinals 159, Alex Rodriguez with the Rangers 156, Babe Ruth the Yankees 148, and Chris Davis with the Orioles and Roger Maris the Yankees 133. And that's it for the notes part of the recap. Standings update, not including today's games. In the AL East, Rays in first place at 62 and 44, followed by the 61 and 46 Yankees, followed by the 55 and 51 Red Sox, followed by the 52 and 56 Orioles, followed by the 49 and 59 Blue Jays. In the AL Central, the White Sox in first place at 55 and 51, followed by the 55 and 54 Guardians, followed by the 54 and 54 Twins, followed by the 51 and 57 Tigers, followed by the 45 and 63 Royals. In the AL West, the Rangers in first place at 55 and 52, followed by the 54 and 55 Astros, followed by the 53 and 55 Mariners, followed by the 45 and 62 A's, followed by the 42 and 66 Angels. In the NL East, the Braves in first place at 62 and 44, followed by the 57 and 51 Phillies, followed by the 55 and 53 Nationals, followed by the 54 and 54 Marlins, followed by the 45 and 62 Mets. In the NL Central, the Brewers in first place at 67 and 40, followed by the 61 and 46 Cubs, followed by the 55 and 53 Pirates, followed by the 53 and 54 Cardinals, followed by the 50 and 55 Reds. And in the NL West, the Dodgers in first place at 67 and 40, followed by the 56 and 52 Diamondbacks, followed by the 54 and 53 Padres, followed by the 45 and 62 Giants, followed by the 42 and 66 Rockies. That's it for the standings update. And as for the games currently going on, or that have gone fire, or that haven't started yet, well, all the games have, only a few haven't started yet, but the games that are currently going on, Rays leading the Rangers 3-0 top 8, Braves leading the Mets 1-0 top 6, Guardians beating the Reds 2-0 top 5, Royals beating the Twins 2-0 bottom 4, Cubs and Cardinals scoreless bottom 4, Yankees leading the White Sox 4-0 top 4. Games that haven't started yet, Astros Angels 9:38, Hayden Wesneski against Grayson Rodriguez, Red Sox at A's at 9:40, Patrick Sandoval against Jacob Lopez. I'm pretty sure, yep, Jacob. And then Mariners Dodgers 10-10, Emerson Hancock against Eric Lauer. As for the games that have already gone finals today, Marlins beat the Phillies 8-6, Diamondbacks beat the Pirates 3-0, Blue Jays beat the Nationals 5-2, Orioles beat the Tigers 10-9 in 12 innings, Giants beat the Brewers 16-3, Padres beat the Rockies 3-1, and the Mets beat the Braves in Game 1 of, I guess, a doubleheader 3-2. And that's it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you for watching, listening. If you're new to YouTube, leave a like, subscribe button, the goes for someone when I go live and post a video. If you're doing audio file podcast, leave a review and notification for when I post on there. Thank you for watching, listening. I'll see you next week's episode 220. Bye.